Hey everyone, welcome. I want to break down something big that's flying a little under the radar, but could have massive consequences for the global economy and for us as consumers. Let's talk about the tariff war between the US and China, and how, despite tough talk, the US might actually be losing this one. Let's start with the big headline. President Trump recently slapped a massive 125% tariff on Chinese imports, but then he turned around and exempted about 25% of those imports, including phones, computers, and chips. That means if you've got an iPhone, a Dell laptop, or anything powered by a semiconductor, your prices are safe for now. These categories make up roughly $100 billion of our annual imports from China. That's nearly a quarter of the total. But here's where it gets tricky. Other major product categories are still getting hit hard. Electrical machinery and TV parts, $125 billion, so we're seeing 28%. Nuclear reactor parts and mechanical appliances, $82 billion, 18%. Toys and sports equipment, $30 billion, 7%. Plastics, vehicles, furniture, clothing, shoes, all still subject to heavy tariffs. Even big US companies like Tesla, which manufactures batteries and EVs in China, aren't spared. Will auto parts be the next to get exempted? Nobody knows. So why is this a problem? By exempting key consumer tech products, we've basically shown our hand. We told the world, here's what we can't afford to touch. That's a loss of leverage in any negotiation. And remember, the original 20% tariff Trump imposed earlier this year, still in place, but that's small potatoes compared to the bigger picture. Meanwhile, China is playing chess while we're playing checkers. They're not backing down. They've diversified their trade partners through deals with Europe, Africa, and Latin America. They've reduced dependence on US exports. And yes, they still hold over $800 billion in US Treasury bonds. If things get ugly, they could quietly start dumping those bonds and send our interest rates soaring. And here's where it gets even worse. By applying these tariffs broadly, then pulling back selectively, we've alienated allies and signaled to the world that we're willing to weaponize trade at any moment. That's dangerous for our global reputation. Think about it. If you were Europe or Mexico or Japan, would you trust that the US won't turn on you next? Probably not. And now, countries are looking elsewhere to do business, bypassing the US entirely. Bottom line, in trying to isolate China, we may have actually isolated ourselves. While we're scrambling for short-term solutions, China is playing the long game and might quietly be winning this war without firing a single shot. Let me know in the comments. Do you think this was a smart move to protect American companies and consumers? Or did we just give away our biggest bargaining chips? Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned. We've got more coming on how these global shifts are impacting our everyday lives.